Good morning, students. Welcome to our Aadhaar ICS channel. I am Rashmi Singh. In the last class, we have discussed the international current affairs. Some months are left in this portion, so we are going to cover this portion very soon. And some miscellaneous parts are also there, such as economic survey, science and technology. So these all parts will be discussed in this during these classes only. So please try to pay attention during the classes. And those who have not subscribed the channel or the person who are visiting the channel first, please go and subscribe it. Try to watch the complete video and try to share the link with the other educational group or telegram group, Facebook or WhatsApp group, whatever, wherever you are comfortable, you can share the link. Okay. And for the national current affair, you can go through our previous video so that you can be able to revise our previous portions of national affairs. Okay, coming to the first point. The first point is from October. The 2022 annual meeting of the IMF and the World Bank will be held in USA. So in this point, you have to note down that it's the meeting between IMF and the World Bank. The 2022 annual meeting of IMF and the World Bank will be held in USA. So you have to remember the name of place, that is USA, and it's the annual meeting of both the organization, that is IMF, International Monetary Fund, and World Bank. Okay. Now coming to the next point, the UAE government launched the first of its kind initiative, Bread for All. It was a it was a program or scheme launched by the UAE government. It's a kind of initiative, Bread for All, means the government will provide the basic necessities of life, that is bread for all their countrymen. Next point, FATF has decided to add Myanmar to the blacklist. In the earlier classes, we have also discussed the FATF Foundation, date of foundation, its foundation members, and the countries who have blacklisted. So now Myanmar has been listed, come under the blacklist according to FATF. According to next point, noted Hollywood actress Anna Mae Wong became the first Asian American to appear on the US currently. Dear students, today's voice will be a bit rough. It won't be soft anymore because I'm suffering through cough and cold. So please try to pay attention in the classes. Noted Hollywood actress Anna Mae Wong became the first Asian American to appear on the US currently. Okay. In this point, you have to note down that it's a US currency. Okay. It's not currently, it's a printing mistake. It will be US currency. So noted Hollywood actress Anna Mae Wong became the first Asian American. She is the first Asian American to appear on the US currency, and the currency value will be quarter dollar. The value of the currency will be quarter dollar, and Asian American she will be the first Hollywood actress. Anna Mae Wong became the first Asian American to appear on the US currency, and the currency is of quarter dollar. Okay. Next point, India Africa Defence Dialogue, that is IADD, was held during DEF Expo 2022 in Gandhinagar. You have to remember it's between India and Africa Defence Dialogue, and it was held during DEF Expo 2022 in Gandhinagar. You have to remember the name of the state, that is Gujarat, and the place and the district is Gandhinagar. And it was a dialogue between India and Africa which was held in Gandhinagar in 2022. Coming to the next point, the East Asia Education Ministers Summit was held in Hanoi, Vietnam. Remember, you have to revise these points very thoroughly because there are a number of questions being asked in your PT exam. Either it is BPSC PT or UPPCS PT or UPSC. All the questions, all the facts are important for your upcoming exams, such as SSC, Bihar SI, UP SI, UP RO, ARO, MPPSC, Rajasthan PSC. All the facts are important for your PT examination point of view. So try to read or try to watch the videos regularly so that you can remember each and every points for your examination point of view. Okay, and those who have not gone through the national affair, they can go through the link and watch the national current affairs and other GS section also. You can watch the videos of geography section, polity, science and tech, history, economics. All the classes have been started and all the links have been given in the channel. So try to visit the channel once and try to take the benefit our valuable faculties. Okay, coming to the next point, the sixth East Asia Education Ministers Summit was held in Hanoi, that is in Vietnam. So you have to remember that it is sixth East Asia Education Ministers Summit. Means all the East Asian education ministers were present there, and it was held in Hanoi, that is in Vietnam. Okay. WHO, next point is WHO, World Health Organization, has issued a medical product alter on four cough and cold syrup made by Medon Pharmaceuticals in India after 66 children died in Gambia. It's about WHO World Health Organization has issued a medical product alert on cough and cold syrup. Means World Health Organization has issued an alert for the cough and cold syrup made by the Medon Pharmaceuticals in India after 66 children died in the Gambia. It's a medical alert and it was issued by WHO, that is World Health Organization, to the Indian company, that is Medon Pharmaceuticals in India. After after the use of syrup, 66 children were died in Gambia. Okay, and for its investigation, a four-member committee was constituted under the chairmanship of Dr. Y.K. Gupta. So you have to remember that it was all because of cough syrup, and it was made by Medon Pharmaceuticals in India, and due to this, 60 children lost their life in Gambia. So WHO has issued a medical alert. So you have to remember all these facts and figures. Next point, cyclone. It's about the cyclone Sitarang in the Bay of Bengal affected West Bengal and Bangladesh. It is named by Thailand. The name Sitarang was named by the country Thailand. So you have to remember the cyclone name is been given by the Thailand, and it was in the Bay of Bengal affected the West Bengal and Bangladesh. It mostly affected places where mostly affected countries where was West Bengal and Bangladesh. And this cyclone was named as Sitarang. Okay, coming to the next point, FATF has recently removed Pakistan from the grey list in 2018. Pakistan was placed in the grey list. Few words earlier, we have learned that it was Myanmar that was listed in the grey list. Now it's Pakistan is been under grey list. In 2018, Pakistan was placed in the grey list, and FATF has recently removed Pakistan from the grey list. Means now the Pakistan has been removed from the grey list. Okay, coming to the next point, ICIC has partnered with UNICEF to empower women and promote gender equality. ICC means ICC and UNICEF both are in partnership to empower women for the women empowerment and to promote the gender equality. So you have to remember both the organization name, that is UNICEF and ICC. Okay. Those who are visiting the channel first, please subscribe it so that you will get the notification of each and every sections of our GS classes, and you will be able to get the PDF or notes wherever you are required, and try to share the link, or if you like the classes, please do press the like button. Next point is about MOU was signed between National Institute of Advanced Industrial Service and Technology, Japan, and All India Institute of Ayurveda, India, for enhancing the technical capabilities of educational institution. Remember, a MOU was signed between National Institute of Advanced Industrial Science and Technology, Japan, and All India Institute of Ayurveda. It's a MOU between the Japanese organization and All India Institute of Ayurveda. Okay. India for enhancing the technical capabilities of educational institution. India for enhancing their technical capabilities for of educational institution. So you have to remember the MOU signed between which two places. Next point. Next point is about External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar launched the book. A book was launched by External Affairs Minister, that is S. Jaishankar, and the book name is Modi at 20 Dreams Meet Delivery in New Zealand. Means the book was launched by S. Jaishankar, and it was done in New Zealand, and the book name is Modi at 20 Dreams Meet Delivery. Okay. The next point is about the fifth assembly of International Solar Alliance was held in New Delhi from October 17 to 20, and it was chaired by India's Energy Minister R.K. Singh. So it was fifth assembly of International Solar Alliance was held in New Delhi from October 17 to 20, and the chairman of this was India's Energy Minister, that is R.K. Singh. Okay. Coming to the next point, recently the Planet Report 2022 was released by the World Wide Fund, that is WWF. It was a planet report named as Planet Report 2022, which is released by WWF, that is World Wide Fund. Sorry. Coming to the next point. Next point is about Education 4.0 Report India was jointly launched by WEF, UNICEF and UA. It is about Education 4.0 India report was jointly launched by WEF, UNICEF, and UA. So you have to remember it's Education 4.0 and was jointly launched by WEF, UNICEF, and UA. Okay. Coming to the next point, Poverty and Shared Prosperity 2022 report was released by World Bank. A report was released by World Bank that is known as Poverty and Shared Prosperity 2022. So you have to remember that which indices is reported by which organization, what are their rankings, what was their foundation member, and when it did the first. So all these points you have to remember, because these points are important in your PT as well as mains point of view. Coming to the next point, the Global Forest Sector Outlook 2050 report was released by FAO. The Global Forest Sector Outlook 2050 report was released by FAO. FAO is Food and Agriculture Organization. They released the Global Forest Sector Outlook 2050 report. Okay. Coming to the next point, military military coup in Burkina Faso on 30th September 2022 was taken over by the army captain Ibrahim Traoré. The captain Ibrahim Traoré officially became the president of Burkina Faso. So in this point you have to remember a military coup in Burkina Faso on 30th September was taken over by the army captain Ibrahim Traoré. You have to remember the captain's name and he officially became the president of Burkina Faso. So you have to remember the country's name and the captain name. The captain itself became the president of that country. That is Captain Ibrahim. Coming to the next point, the Indian government has objected to US Ambassador Donald Trump to visit POK during his Pakistan visit. It's important because it's between India and Pakistan. The Indian government has objected. They have objected the US Ambassador Donald Trump. Means Indian government objected the US Ambassador Donald Trump to visit Pak occupied Kashmir during his Pakistan visit. Okay, means Indian government alerted him and objected him about his visit to Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Coming to the next point. Next point is about the European Parliament approved the introduction of a single charging port for the electronic goods in the European Union by 2024. The European Parliament approved the introduction of a single charging port for electronic goods in the European Union by the year 2024. In this, you have to remember by the European Union, and it was to be completed before 2024. And it's a It's approved by European Parliament. Introduction of a single charging port. Next point. Next point is about India has signed an agreement with Armenia for the export of arms worth more than 2000 crores. India has signed an agreement with the country Armenia for the export of arms. Means it was the export of arms with the Armenia and it was more than of 2000 crores. Next point. Next point is during it's about Russia Ukraine war. During Russia Ukraine war, Russia occupied the four regions of Ukraine. What are they? They are Donetsk, Luhansk, Zaporizhia, and Kherson region. These are important because the name of the places had been asked in the last Bihar SSC Sigil exam that Russia attack which part of Ukraine, that is north, south, east, west. So you have to remember the places name, the regions name of Ukraine and Russia. So these are important points. Okay, coming to the next point. The next point is about recently Sarang Utsav 2022 was organized by the Indian Embassy in South Korea. It is a festival of showcasing Indian culture. Means Sarang Utsav was organized by the Indian Embassy in South Korea. It was organized in South Korea by Indian Embassy and it is a festival of showcasing the Indian culture. Means the Indian culture was showed there in the embassy. Next point is about China and Pakistan. China and Pakistan have started the construction of the three corridors in the health, digital, and green sector. The corridor was between health, digital, and green sector, and it was signed between China and Pakistan. Okay, coming to the next point, the first Indian Asian Startup Festival was organized in Bogor, Indonesia. It aims to enhance cooperation in the field of science, technology, and innovation between India and ASEAN countries. You have to remember it's the first Indian ASEAN Startup Festival. It was organized in Indonesia. It aims to enhance. What was its aims? Its aim was to cooperation in the field of science and technology and innovation between India and ASEAN countries. So you have to remember these facts that it was a first startup festival. It was organized in Indonesia and its aim was to enhance the cooperation in the field of science, technology, and innovation between India and ASEAN countries. Okay, coming to the next point. In the year of 2023, the 12th World Hindi Conference will be organized in Fiji. India was represented in this by External Affairs Minister. This is very important point because it's about it's about our Hindi language. In the year 2023, the 12th World Hindi Conference will be organized in Fiji. Means it will be organized in Fiji and India will be represented in this day as External Affairs Minister. Means the External Affairs of Minister of India will represent there and it is a World Hindi Conference and it will be organized in Fiji. Okay. S. Jaishankar will be represent India, and this conference is organized once in 3 years. Means always it's just as Olympic Games held four in a means once in a 4 year, same as it will held once in a 3 year. Okay, so it will be attended by our External Affairs Minister that is S. Jaishankar. Coming to the next point, the meeting of the Counter-Terrorism Committee of the United Nations Security Council was held in Mumbai for the first time. Remember, it's for the first time, so it's very important for your examination point of view. The meeting of the Counter-Terrorism Committee of the United Nations Security Council was held in Mumbai. So you have to remember it was held in Mumbai for the first time and the meeting was chaired by Ruchira Kamboj, the Parliament representative of India to the United Nations. She is the Parliament representative of India and her name is Ruchika Kamboj. Okay. So it was for the first time held in Mumbai, the UN National Security Council, and the meeting was Counter-Terrorism Committee. Okay. Coming to the next point. Next point is about India signed agreement with Singapore for export of green energy from 2025. From 2025, India will export green energy from Singapore. Okay. Next point is about Tesla company, that is Elon Musk. Tesla company CEO Elon Musk has brought Twitter for rupees 44 million dollar. So you have to remember Tesla company CEO. Who is his? Elon Musk has bought Twitter. He has buy Twitter around rupees. Sorry, not rupees. It's dollar 44 million dollar. Next point is about Global Youth Climate Summit was organized on 20th and 22nd October in Khulna. Global Youth Climate Summit means a youth climate summit organized on 22nd to 20 to 22nd October in Khulna, Bangladesh, that is in Bangladesh. Its aim is to unite youth in tackling the climate crisis. All because of global warming, there has been a variable change in our climatic condition. So to cope up with this, its aim to unite the youth in tackling the climate crisis, and it was organized in Khulna by Bangladesh, and it was a global youth climate summit held between 20th to 22nd October. Next point is about India's Minister of State V. Muralidharan participated in Dakar International Forum on Peace and Security in Africa held in Senegal. So it's about India's Minister of State, that is V. Muralidharan participated in Dakar International Forum on Peace and Security in Africa held in Senegal. So you have to remember the place name, and the India's Minister of State, that is V. Muralidharan participate in this international forum on peace and security in Africa, which was held in Africa in Senegal. Okay. So to for the revision of international news, please try to watch our videos regularly so that you can be able to achieve more marks in your coming exams. Next, about November month. The first point is the longest passenger train in the world has been run in Switzerland. Its length is about 2 kilometers with 100 coaches. So it's the longest passenger train, and it has been run in Switzerland. The length of the train is 2 kilometers with 100 coaches. Means the train had 100 coaches, and its total length is 2 kilometers, and it's the world's longest passenger train. Remember, it's the passenger train in Switzerland. Coming to the next point, recently, Perma crisis had been selected as Collins Dictionary Word of the Year. Remember, it's a word that is perma crisis, and this word has been selected as Collins Dictionary Word of the Year. Okay. Next point. On 1st November 2022, the African country Ghana assumed the presidency of United Nations Security Council. Again, this point is very important. That is, the African country Ghana assumed the presidency of the United Nations Security Council. Means who will be the president of United Nations Security Council? The African country Ghana will assume the presidency. Okay, and it was decided on 1st November 2022. Next point. Remember, we are going through our international affair. Previously, we have completed our national current affairs section. Okay. The 41st edition of Sharjah International Book Fair, that is SIBF, that was organized from 2nd November to 13th November at the Expo Center Sharjah, was inaugurated by Dr. Sultan bin Muhammad Al Qasimi, the Supreme Council member of ruler of Sharjah. So it was 41st edition of International Book Fair that was organized from 2nd November to 13 November at the Expo Center Sharjah, and was inaugurated by Dr. Sultan bin Muhammad Al Qasimi. You have to remember his name, that is Dr. Sultan bin Muhammad Al Qasimi, the Supreme Council member and the ruler of Sharjah. Okay. Coming to the next point, African country Ghana has assumed the rotating monthly presidency of the United Nations Security Council. African country Ghana has assumed the rotating monthly presidency. It's a monthly presidency of the United Nations Security Council. Okay, you have to remember this council's name and the presidency name. Coming to the next point, according to 2022 Global Gender Wealth Equity Report published by WTW an average woman are expected to reach the retirement with just 74% of the wealth that are accumulated by men. Means it's a global gender wealth equity report. It's a global gender, means it's in all over the world. It's not only about our country, it's about the all over the world. It's a world gender wealth equity report published by WTW. On an average, women are expected to reach the retirement with just 74% of the wealth that are accumulated by the men. Means they are retired with just 74% of the wealth that are accumulated by the men. Remember, these reports and indices are important for your PT purpose. Coming to the next point, the Ministry of Tourism has participated in World Travel Market 22 that is being organized in London, UK from 7 to 9th November 2022. The Ministry of Tourism has participated in World Travel Market that is WTM 22 that is being organized in London from 7th to 9th November 2022. So you have to remember the date, and it was organized by Ministry of Tourism. The Ministry of Tourism has participated in the World Travel Market, okay, and it was organized in London. Coming to the next point, according to the recent data, according to the recent data 2022 published by US News and the World Report, India has bagged 31st position in the overall best countries ranking. Means what's the position of India? According to recent data of 22 published by US News World Report, India has bagged 31st position. 31st position in the overall best countries ranking. India is being in the 31st position in the overall best countries ranking. Coming to the next point, next point is about Tech Giant has launched a platform named Flood Hub to provide the information about the flood. Okay, you have to remember this one. It's a tech giant. Next point, IIT Bombay has ranked 40th in Quaracquelli Simmons QS Asia University ranking 2023. So it's the rank is 40th in Quaracquelli index. Okay, so you have to remember the IIT Bombay. Who has got the ranking? IIT Bombay has got this one. For this, you have to. The important facts about this is it is followed by IIT Delhi. Delhi's rank is 46. Indian Institute of Science Bangalore is placed at 52nd, followed by IIT Madras 53, IIT Kharagpur 61. So these are the rankings of all the IITs of India. And the top four countries are China's Peking University, National University of Singapore, the Tsinghua University of Beijing, and University of Hong Kong. So all the three women entrepreneurs are there. Okay, next point is about the three women entrepreneurs who have been featured in the Forbes Asia's Power Businesswoman 2022 list are they are Soma Mandal, next is Ghazal Alag, and third is Namita Thapar. So these are the women entrepreneurs who have been featured in the Forbes Asia's Power. They are in the Forbes Asia's Power list. Okay, so you have to remember her name. Okay, and they are from Steel Authority of India chairperson. Soma Mandal is the Steel Authority of India chairperson. And what is the portfolio of Ghazala Alag? She is the Mammoth co-founder. Mammoth Cosmetic Products is there. So she is Mama's Earth co-founder, Ghazal Alag, and the other name is Namita Thapar. So you have to remember their names. Namita Thapar are the top Indian woman business leader in Asia's power list. Okay, so you have to remember their names. Coming to the next point, according to World Population Prospect 2022 report, which was released on World Population Day, so you have to remember the day that is 11th of July is celebrated as the World Population Day. And there was a report released by the World Population Prospect 2022. So 11th July, the global population day has reached the mark of 8 billion on 15th November 2022. Okay, do you have to remember this? It was also projected that India will surpass China as the world population most populous country. Means very soon India will, now it has crossed this limit. Now India is in the first position. So it was projected earlier that India will surpass the China as the world most populous country in 2023. The latest projection by UN has also suggested that the global population could grow to around 8.5 billion in 2030 and 9.7 billion in 2050. So these are the projections made by UN. Coming to the next point, the US Department of Transportation has fined Air India $1.4 million, around rupees 11.3 crore, for delaying the refunds worth rupees 1 to 1.5 million dollar, around rupees 985 crore, to passengers whose flights were cancelled during the COVID pandemic. Means the US Department of Transportation has fined Air India. The Air India has been fined around 11.3 crore for delaying the refunds of rupees 1 to 1 million dollar for the passengers whose flights were cancelled due to COVID pandemic. Means these all have to paid by the Air India to the US government. Next point, the East Timor has received in as principal approval for the Association of Southeast Asian Nation. Means it will be the Southeast Asian nation and ASEAN as the 11th member of this group. You have to remember the country's name, that is East Timor. So what is the rank of its rank is 11th. Coming to the next point, India ranked at 8th as per Climate Change Performance Index. What is the rank of India? The rank of India is 8th as per Climate Change Performance Index. So you have to remember what is the organization name, Climate Change Performance Index, CCPI. Coming to the next point, a special fund loss and damage fund was created at the UN's COP 2000 UN COP27 climate summit with an aim to cover the dangerous damages suffered by vulnerable nations battered by the impacts of global warming. Means a special fund loss and damage fund was created. Means there was a special fund loss and damage fund was created by the at the UN COP's 27 climate summit with an aim. What was their aim? Their aim was to cover the damage suffered by the vulnerable nation battered by the impacts of global warming. Means what are the ill effects of global warming? To tackle them, there was a special fund raised for the loss and damage of created by the UN COP27. Okay, those who are visiting the channel first, they should subscribe the channel. You should watch the complete video and try to share our link with the other educational groups such as Telegram, WhatsApp, Facebook. Wherever you are comfortable, you can share our link. Coming to the next point, India's steel and mining infrastructure company, Jindal Steel and Power (JSPL), has won the tender to build a 300 megawatt coal-fired power plant in Botswana. You have to remember it's India's steel mining and infrastructure company, that is Jindal Steel Power, has won the tender. They have won the tender to build a 300 megawatt coal-fired power plant in Botswana. So where they will build a coal power plant in Botswana. You have to remember the country's name, that is Botswana, and the company's name is India Steel Mining Jindal Steel. Okay. Coming to the next point, India's proposal to strengthen the protection of Leth soft-shell turtle has been adopted by the Conference of Parties to CITES in its 19th meeting at Panama. There was a meeting held in Panama. It was the fact that India's proposal to strengthen the protection of Leth soft-shell turtle, a type of tortoise, has been adopted by them. They have adopted a turtle and it was soft shelled. Means the upper cover of the turtle was soft shelled and has been adopted by the Conference of Parties to CITES in its 19th meeting at Panama. So you have to remember the meeting, that is 19th meeting. And what was the species? The species was soft shelled turtle. Okay. Coming to the next point, India has won the International Electro-Technical Commission Vice Presidency and Strategic Management Board Chairman for 2023 to 25. Means India has won the International Electro-Technical Commission and Vice Presidency and Strategic Management Board Chairman for the year 2023. So you have to remember its year is 2023 to 25, and he has won the International Electro-Technical Commission Vice Presidency. Okay, coming to the next point, a UN panel has suggested to put the Great Barrier Reef as a World Heritage Site that is in danger. This is World Heritage Site of Australia. So a UN panel has suggested, means a suggestion was given by the UN panel to put the Great Barrier Reef. The Great Barrier Reef is in Australia, and the Great Barrier Reef as a World Heritage Site means the reef should be is in under the World Heritage Sites that is in danger. Means it is in danger condition. So their suggestion has been made by UN panel to put the barrier reef as a World Heritage Site that is in danger list. This is the World Heritage Site of Australia. So you have to remember all the World Heritage Site of India and other countries of the world. Coming to the next point, gas lighting has been selected as the 22 word of the year by the Merriam-Webster. What was the word? Gas lighting has been selected as the word of 2022 of the year by the Merriam-Webster. Coming to the next point, it's about, as per the US based consulting firm Morning Consult in November 2022, PM Modi remains the world's most popular leader with an approval rating of 77%. It's a proud moment for our country that our Prime Minister Mr. Modi has been the worst most popular leader with an approval rating of 77%, means he got 77% of voting. And as per the US based consulting firm, and the firm name is Morning Consult, our Prime Minister Modi has remains the world most popular leader with an approval of rating of 77%. Now we will go through December current international current affairs. Remember, we have covered all the till November. We have covered all the international facts. Now we will go through December facts. Next point. Next point is about UNESCO recommended Great Barrier Reef to be put in danger list site, which who has been who has been given in the danger site. UNESCO recommended the Great Barrier Reef. The Great Barrier Reef is to be put in danger in the danger site list. Next point. Next point is about Global Prime Cities Index by Knighthood Frank. Mumbai ranked 22nd. So what is the rank of Mumbai by Global Prime Cities Index rank? Mumbai's rank is 22nd. Coming to the next point. India to assume chairmanship of VAS Vasenar arrangement on 1st January 2023. So India will assume the chairman of this, and it will be arranged on 1st January 2023. Coming to the next point, 58 list of countries at the risk of mass killing. There are list of countries, and India ranked 8th in this position, and Pakistan is in the top position. So all total there are list of countries at a risk of mass killing. So India's rank is 8th, and Pakistan has topped in this position. Coming to the next point, Global Aviation Safety Ranking, India ranked 40th and topped by Singapore. It's a global aviation safety, means the air. It's about the safety of the airport or air flight members. So it's a aviation flight safety ranking. India's rank is 40th, and Singapore is in the top position. Coming to the next point, Oxford was word of the year 22 is Globin mode. Globin mode is the Oxford word year of the year 22. It's simple, a one-liner fact. You can revise it again and again so that you will be remember each and every points. Coming to the next point, opening ceremony of International Year of Millet 2023 held in Rome. So it is very important. There can be a number of questions, that is which year is celebrated as the year of millet. So it will be 2023, and it was held in Rome. Coming to the next point, India organized 12th World Hindi Conference in Fiji in February 23. Means World Hindi Conference will be organized in India by February 2023. Okay, next point. Priyanka Chopra among four Indians on BBC Influential Women list. Priyanka Chopra is an actress, Bollywood actress. She is among the four Indians list on BBC 100 Influential Women list. Means there will be 100 woman influential person as she is in the fourth position, fourth Indian. Next, India ranked 87th in the world's strongest passport list 2022 and UAE rank first. India's rank is 87 and UAE rank is first in the world's strongest passport list. Okay, you have to remember the index name and the list name. Next point is about 20th Kathmandu International Mountain Film Festival concluded in Kathmandu. It's the 20th International Mountain Film Festival and it was held in Kathmandu. So these are simple one-liner facts. These all you have to read it once or twice so that you can remember these points. France to host international conference standing with Ukraine people. It was an international conference for the Russian and Ukraine war. It was hosted by France and it was named as Standing with the Ukrainian People. Next point, US prints its first ever currency with two women's signatures. Means there will be first ever currency, there will be signature of two women's. Okay. Coming to the next point, the New Zealand posed the world's first law to ban smoking for the future generation. New Zealand passed a law and it will be the world's first law to ban smoking for future generation. It's a good initiative done by New Zealand because there are a number of diseases which are the result because of smoking. Next point, Russia replaced Iraq as a top oil supplier to India in November. Russia replaced Iraq means Russia replaced Iraq as the top oil supplier. Means Russia took the place of Iraq in the supply of oil during to India during the month of November. Okay. Next point, UK, France, and UAE extend support for India's permanent membership at UNSC, United Nations Security Council. They support India's for permanent membership. Means UK, France, and UAE extend their support. Extend their support for which country? They extended their support for India's permanent membership. Earlier means now India is a temporary member. Now they have supported India for their permanent membership at United Nations Security Council. Okay, coming to the next point. G7 approved 15.5 billion US dollar deal with Vietnam. G7 countries approved how much dollar deal? It's 15.5 billion US dollar deal with the Vietnam. Coming to the next point. Tokyo makes solar panels mandatory for new home built after 2025. The country Tokyo makes solar panels. It's mandatory for the new homes built by the people of Tokyo and it will be built after 2025. Tokyo makes solar panels mandatory for the new homes. The new homes built during this, they will build a Tokyo solar bands. There will be solar bands will be mandatory for the people of Tokyo, which the homes which are built after 2025. Coming to the next point, Iran removed from UN Commission on the Status of Women. Means Iran has been removed there from UN Commission on the Status of Women. Coming to the next point, UAE to host the 13th WTO ministerial meeting in 2024. UAE United Emirates will host the 13th World Trade Organization ministerial meeting in 2024. Coming to the next point, the Global Food Security Index GFSI 22, India ranked 68th and topped by Finland. It's a Global Food Security Index 22. The rank of India is 68th and topped by Finland. Next point is about former Maldivian President Abdullah Yamin sentenced to 11 years punishment. Coming to the next point, India's cuisine ranked 5th in the list of best cuisines in the world. Italy's food came in the first place. Means India's rank is 5th in this list and Italy's food became first. Okay, coming to the next point. Bangladesh PM Sheikh Hasina inaugurated first metro rail in Dhaka, banking and financial. It was the first metro rail in between Dhaka. Okay, this all completes all the international current affairs. For more updates, keep watching. For new updates, you have to keep watch the channels regularly and for you so that you can get all the videos and current affairs section. Thanks.